Sheba, it's a pleasure to welcome you. Maybe we could start by discovering you. Who is Sheba?
Who is Sheba? I don't know. So, Elizabeth is Sheba. Sheba is Elizabeth. And it's real about Sheba. So, the name derives from Elizabeth. And that's the name. Sheba, the artist, is when I was able to complete first, uh, just Catharsis 9. Um, and then Sheba was able to express her express my like genre festival, I guess you could call it, because like I listen to a lot of music, and so I replicate how I grew up and how I feel. Meaning replicate as in that's what vibes me. So yeah, so that's who she's vibing off of experience, and then for music, just shows what her experiences through music.
You told us that you had a special connection with Jamaica. Could you tell us a bit more about that? And how deep is that connection?
The connection is deep because my father is originally from Mandeville, and he's West Jamaican descent, and also I know some Jamaicans they will get get over it. But Bob Marley, along with and probably millions of other people, he's my favorite Jamaican artist. And the reason why he's my favorite Jamaican artist is because he did put Jamaica on the map in music, roots rock, reggae, you know what I mean? So I I love Jamaica because of my father. I love Jamaica because of Bob Marley. I love Jamaica because when I come, it just feels like very I'm at home and people are singing. You know, doesn't matter how like they're Jamaicans. I really feel, in the most part, don't think about how rich they can be. They think more about richness of life, so it's a different vibe. So that's why I like Jamaica and the food. Food.
Even if Jamaica occupies a special place in your heart, do you like islands in general?
I do have islands. I do. Um, I have to say that even though I love islands and I like them, after a while, if I'm able to move, then I'm ready to move. So I'm ready to. But islands and water, I bring a sense of water is so calming. So to be surrounded by it completely, where you can see the ocean, that's just like, yeah, it's Mother Nature, Mother Ocean.
The last 3 years have been quite challenging for all of us, but also for artists in general. We had to live in a world where music is literally shut off and replaced by scale messaging. How did you live through this period?
Wow, that's a good question. Some people didn't live through this period.
Yeah.
Suicide rate went up 17%, and a lot of people lost their jobs. The non-essential. I believe everyone on the planet too is trying to work and make a living to support their family or themselves, or feed themselves, or house themselves. They are essential. Period. And the government can't say who's non-essential, but they did. So how has it been hard for me to accept the fact that politicians, period, play games with humanity? So it's been really, I accept it now. The reality has set in. Yeah, so that it's changed me to believe and still there's a fight for humanity and for our freedom to stay free, meaning not to be controlled by a small group just because they want control. And so it's changed my view on. I mean, I like to live like, ah, la, 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 la. A lady once told me, Sheba, this is not Willy Wonka land. Because I like Willy Wonka land is so nice, all the candy and it's so pretty. It has a pretty the last 2 years. But I found peace in that too, because I found it's a revelation what people can do politically. I never knew. I only thought about the 60s and 70s and the 50s and fight people went through World War One, World War Two. I couldn't imagine. So yeah, that's how I feel like it's changed my thought on one life. I have my life to live. You know.
Yeah.
So
How did you feel about the fact that music was switched off, so to speak?
switched off.
Yeah.
I remember when I first noticed that I was at my favorite grocery store, which became very stand in the line. Don't go that way. Don't go this way. Follow the lines. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, oh God, I'm getting yelled at for a cold flu anyway. Um, and I noticed that they weren't playing music because normally they would play all this great music. And I noticed it every time I went in months. And then I thought, wow, they don't want to play music because they want to make us so depressed. And that's what I noticed. I noticed it mostly in public areas that were playing it prior, that they weren't playing it anymore. Yeah.
Now that we're getting back to a more normal world, any lessons to learn?
Is it normal? Maybe a little, right?
Sense of normalcy.
Yeah, yeah. Like a sense. Um, it's not going to be normal anymore for us, but that's a good question. I can say to anybody watching this, it's not normal. It's not going to go back to normal because if you are awake, not woke, there's people that whole things. You're awake, meaning like you have common sense, you know, going through that, going through this COVID 19, which is, I'm going to tell somebody slowly, really quickly. So, SARS 2 is common cold. COVID 19 is when you become so ill from the bronchi, from it getting in your lungs that you end up in ICU. So, that's the disease that they make COVID 19. So, I learned that from a physician and a virologist who's very close to me. This is not going to be normal. It's not normal anymore. It can't be normal. After all of this, literally, I don't know if you saw Hotel Rwanda and what happened and how they were on radio and media constantly repeating the same messages over and over again. That's not normal. People that were watching that movie in the US, I'm sure they thought that's not normal.
Yeah.
But then they were watching media every day, getting the same message repeated constantly, living in fear, 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 fear. And those that didn't, then they're, oh, you're not looking out for me. You're not doing this. It's like, no, I'm looking out. I'm just not aligned. And I'm not so easily told something. I need more information, not just what media is giving, especially when it's not true.
Coming back to music, could you share with us what is important thing to create or enter the zone? How do you do that?
Well, I told my love sex. I was like, look, I need inspiration right now. No. So the zone just comes, right? It comes sometimes to get in the zone, usually alone. But hey, sometimes I can be out with something.
Yeah.
It's me.
Your production seems to be very eclectic. Don't you prefer or feel uncomfortable in a defined genre?
No, because I love different styles of music. So I grew up listening to different styles of music. And I feel comfortable doing whatever moves. Yeah.
Would you feel more trapped if you're
Yes. But you said you didn't even finish your streak. It just knew it was yes. I just feel completely trapped, like locked out, trapped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
We see that you're doing other creative works. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. So, I actually am a visual artist now. I feel comfortable saying that about myself. So, musically, I think that's how this came about. On this growth, this other extension of creative artists know something else catches. It's not like it catches your eyes, like it just starts happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happened, just started happening. And I actually, so for my visual art, I go by the artist name of Callie Lee Masters. And so actually, Ziggy Marley named me Callie. And I don't know if he sees this, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, right, but Ziggy, you remember, so Reggae Slash. It was like 1992 or 1993. I met Ziggy backstage. He was with his son, his brothers, and some adults. and I think we're both very, very early 20s, and maybe like 1920 us. And he had asked me where I was from, and I said California, and then he said, "Well, I'm going to call you Cali." So I always loved that name, and when I got into his art, I thought, like, you know what? I'm gonna start going by Cali.
Yes, about right.
Yeah,
You advocate for women and their power. Are you a feminist or would you say you're beyond that terminology?
I'm beyond that terminology. There's so many different terminologies now. I would say that it's definitely for women to not to be afraid to try things that they thought they couldn't. You know, girls, they think they can't do something all over the world to try to do it. Um, you be your best friend, you know, type of thing. Yeah, you be your cheerleader. Because I found it hard to be mine at times, so I always try to speak those words, especially females every age that needs it.
Talk about some of the artists you worked with and what they brought to the table for you. Did they give you new or different perspectives on approaching your music, or did talk about some of the artists you worked with and what they brought to the table for you? Did they give you new or different perspectives on approaching your music?
So artists as musical artists. So of course yes. So like Zoe, she's one of my. She's like my soul, my daughter, my soul. She's one of my co-writers, and yeah, certain things we just blend. We say this or that, and we agree or we don't agree, and it's always just very fluid. Mr. Hayes, most days, my producer, who was one of, well, actually, Prince's longest standing band member, and very, very dear friend, 23 years ago, he passed away. He's things I couldn't do, he's showed me that I can do. So, yeah, my engineer Joel, like he's the most. I mean, I could say there's videographer, cinematographer, the team are in Jamaica, they're amazing. So that has to do with my music. So yeah, everyone has like in some way, somehow. I think we're influenced. When you're creative, when you're creatives, you're influenced by so much.
See,
Yeah,
go off each other.
yeah. I think, and even if you're not creative, you still are creative. Can look at something and just make something creative. You know, if you're a person that you don't even think that you're going to be inspirational on life,
Yeah.
a history, you know, and tragedy, happiness, all that stuff. I want to need to look at.
Let's talk about your heritage Irish, Native American, and Jamaican. How does your rich and diverse background define your identity?
So, being born in California, so obviously, so I, being born in California, so very diverse. I mean, when I was a little girl, the first neighborhood I lived in was mixed with different ethnicities. And so that heritage of my mother being Native American and Irish, my dad Jamaican, sometimes people say, oh my God, she's so crazy, she's wild. I, I think it's made me understand this like humanity. I view myself definitely as human, but I know people have looked at me as the skin color that they see. But it's amazing when you are different things within, and you know that, so no one can tell you what. It's the same things with humans, boxing it. Reality, DNA, whatever makes you, whatever has that flesh and blood, the soul, created, whoever made you, you're part of that. So, so it plays a big part of me to just, I feel like I'm definitely beyond judging people by their skin. That's what I think. Yeah.
Do you like dancing?
I like this. Yeah.
Being a performer is wider than music. Would you look at acting?
I would. I used to act when I was younger. and then I got it back from him. And see, someone told me that I could be a better actress. And now that I'm like, well, I'm going to see it. I've been then
Who do you admire as a performer?
Tina Turner. She's like, she's now there's so many female entertainers that I admire. So I couldn't even think about say Tina Turner because being my I'm a Gen X, so I'm my age group. Like so she's someone I saw as a little girl. And she was just she's just and of course I can say this too. Prince.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like
And it,
oh yeah. Prince, yeah, the people he worked with. So but he was just a teenager.
could you tell us more about how Prince was like?
I would say because he's sexy. um, I think because during the '80s, it was just a revolution. You know, so it was his freedom, sexual freedom, and also the way he dressed and everything, just being yourself. And he was not one to say, let me mark the box, let me put you in this category. Or he was not the one to say, I'm so worried about what you're saying about me. Don't say it, you can't say it, because he's like, screw you. I'm going to be who I am. It's a revolution. Take it or leave it. I don't care. I'm still going to do it. So that's what it's amazing.
Besides Prince, who would be your all-time favorite singer? I understand it could be so many of them, but if you had to meet one for you, who would that be?
Bob. Yeah. Bob Marley. Yes. To like name singers like a specific like one because there's like Simone, James, Jazz Joplin, Dusty Springfield, Amy Winehouse. There's all these different people. Luther Vandross, Van Halen. There's like Aerosmith, Red Hot Chili Peppers. You need like Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're not my favorite bands. Well, like that to me is amazing. So yeah, they're all I think music period and entertainers much needed. Should always say we should never ever let it go because it's gonna be so boring on the planet and just disastrous. We gotta keep the flow of entertainment and freedom of creativity, freedom of speaking your mind through music. As long as you're not, I don't like preaching things of that nature. I don't believe in that because it's just negativity, positivity, and things that make you think about things.
Sometimes in the interview, there was a few short questions. What is your favorite word? Your favorite word, yeah.
Oh, see, I'm not gonna say my favorite word. Well, one of the words I love to write down is elated. Because it's elated, So yeah, I love that.
What is your least favorite word?
Complaint. I don't know if I should say that. That is one of my least favorite words. You want it to be, I don't know, my least favorite word. Least favorite. I'm really thinking about that. I really don't know what my least favorite word is. I can say something that's like negative. My least favorite word to you is That's his least favorite words. That's I always say that.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
There's a new bullet that spices. I'm just kidding. No, what turns me on all of these things is just positive energy, positive vibe, positive feeling, um, goodness, like richness, goodness, just good vibes. That's a big positive is huge. Big time. Yeah.
What turns you off?
Negativity, negativity people, humans. No, I'm just kidding. I make sure I have to include myself, which is, judgment of how, oh, the age thing of what age you should be if you're trying to do things. And at certain ages, you shouldn't try because your time is too late, even if you feel it, you love it, and other people love it. Is that true? Okay.
What is your favorite curse word?
It is. It's my favorite. Yeah, I shouldn't say it. Sometimes I do.
What song or noise do you love? What song or noise do you love?
Thanks for that.
Maybe sounds like it's true.
Oh, I love that. You know what I love too? I love hearing crickets at nighttime. Because it feels like for some reason you hear crickets and you're seeing stars. That's like a little peaceful galaxy. The world's not so bad. There's crickets and stars.
What song or noise do you hate?
I don't hate, people in pain. I guess it's crazy. Just derogatory uses.
What is the quality you like most in a man?
All the different definitely more balance. Someone that's gonna help me balance myself out. Yeah. So, yeah.
What is the quality you like most in a woman?
Same thing. Someone who adds to you, that balances you out. Yeah, with me. Yeah.
What profession other than your own do you like to do?
Surgical nurse. I want it to be an operator. I want it to be saving people. But then I thought, I'm as an artist, if you could, when people get art or they hear a song or they hear your voice, and maybe someone really needed to hear what you were gonna sing, or they need to hear that song, or they need to see that art piece, the photo, to know like it's not so bad. I don't have to punish myself so much, you know. And then, yeah.
If you were reincarnated in a plant or animal, what?
Yeah.
We thank you, Sheba. One last question for the room. So when will you be back in Jamaica?
Probably, and yes, yeah. Trying to do some things, more things. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun. Thank you.